Okay, so this first video, again, is just about classroom technology basics. And the first thing you gotta know is lights. It's pretty self-explanatory. We have that's lights off, lights on. Yeah, so if you walk in, your lights are off. Usually most rooms have something that looks like this, or if it's an older building, just a light switch, pretty self-explanatory. Some other classrooms might have setups that look like this, which allows various levels of dimness. So this is like partially dim, and then all the way off will be the bottom one, and then all the way on. So that's the first thing. If you walk in, your lights are off. Now you know how to use the different kinds of switches to turn your lights on. The next big thing is most classrooms will have a podium that looks somewhat like this, definitely in the BSB, and there's like a keyboard, a mouse, all that good stuff. So, and a kiosk that looks something like that. So we're gonna go over the various ways to present using this setup in the next videos, but we're just gonna go over some basics. The first thing you usually wanna do when you get into the classroom is log in. So I'm gonna log in and show you guys what that looks like. Time lapse, as soon as you're logged in, this screen turns on. And this screen is super important because it projects over there, or in smaller classrooms, there'll be a projector over here. Sometimes there's even two projectors. Yeah, and this is really good if you wanna pull up your worksheet from Canvas over here, or what I usually do is I'll present a YouTube video on the screen for students to see, and the YouTube video will be like lo-fi or classical music, something of the sort. Another thing that's important regarding this is once you click the application, it usually opens on the student's end, which then you can just drag it onto your end, and they cannot see the right side of the screen unless there's been adjustment made, but in most cases they cannot see what's being projected on the right side of the screen, as you can see. And this is great if you want to search up a lo-fi video, because sometimes YouTube will just have the most random suggestions and you don't want it to be distracting. So let's say I just pull up this for lo-fi. Oh no, there's no audio. What can we do about this? So go ahead and skip the ad. Okay, the audio started, not because I skipped the ad, but just because the volume was already on. But various ways you can check the volume is first, right here on the YouTube volume, see if that's all the way up, on the physical computer volume, and then most importantly on this kiosk, we have program volume. So those are the ways to adjust the volume, and then when you have your cute little video picked, you can just, move it over for the students to see. And then of course you can quickly mute it if an ad comes up or something distracting. Another important resource is mics, and this is really helpful if you have a bigger audience and you need them to hear you better. So with mics, you just take them out of their compartment, see what they are labeled. This is lapel 1, this is lapel 2, this is mic 1, mic 2, and then, forgot the name of this, but to turn the volume on, you go to mic volume, and all their respective volumes are listed right here. And to turn on the mic, simply slide it over. Once it's green and the volume is on, you will be able to hear what is being spoken in the mic. So let's test it out really quick. Test, test, there we go. It works, okay. So once you're done using it, turn it on mute, back to mute, make sure it's all wrapped and put it back in its holder. You have to make sure that this green light is on and that this light turns off. There we go. Yep.